Hey guys, and welcome back to week 9 of the Bachelorette Recap. We thought this was a great episode. We're going to talk a lot about the fiasco of the rose ceremony and go over hometown dates.
Stay tuned. We're going to give you everything you need to know going into next week's big episode. Let's jump right into the video. Alright, so starting it off, Peter kicks it off with a blast. Wow, what a date. That's something that you see from the actual Bachelor or Bachelorette.
He's like, let me show you my baby. And I'm expecting him to, like, of course, drive the airplane or whatever, his amazing jet. But he's like, let me drive you to my jet.
In my Mercedes.
Okay? And we're like, okay. Like, let's just, I want them to know how rich I really am.
Yeah, he was flaunting it a little bit. And, you know, good for you. More power to you. If you got it, flaunt it.
Yeah. We thought that date went really well. His family seemed awesome. Everyone was really down to earth. We thought the dinner scene was really cute. How his family was so connected, and they did like that little
German prayer.
We were
thing.
like, okay, he's Cuban, and then we're like, okay, he's German. Okay, and we're like, what are you? But anyway,
blessings.
Yeah, we really liked his date. His family was awesome. Yeah, it's hard to beat that date. We were both like, let's see who can top that.
Yeah, so that was a very good date starting off the episode, starting off the hometown dates.
I will say though, I was disappointed that he did not say that he loved her. I mean, that was the fatal nail in the coffin for the guys or girls in the show that don't say I love you by hometowns. That's the time you say it, people. If you're feeling it, you say it right before she gets in the car to go. You
have to. And I thought that may cost him later in the episode. But, so we keep going. Tyler C. Jupiter, Florida. That's a place that we want to go.
Let's just move there.
We may just move there.
I want to.
If you've ever been to Jupiter, please let us know what you think about it. You know, we are definitely into Jupiter.
We're looking for paradise, so I mean, she said it was paradise.
Yeah.
So the day went really well. They went on the boat ride.
Quick question. If you've been to Jupiter or you live in Jupiter, please let me know if they really dance like that in the middle of the day. And Hannah cannot dance and sing. No. So that's just
a side note. She can't sing. So, but Tyler C, he makes every single date fun. He is down to earth. He's fun. He's cute. He's. Let me cut that. I'm just saying, like, not like. I'm saying he's cute as a person.
But not as a dog or something like that. He's just cute as a person. What do you think I care about?
Tyler.
What other kind of cute would he be?
Tyler. Talking about this Tyler right here.
Something about those Tylers.
Anyway, I think he is the perfect match for Hannah.
I think he's the perfect bachelor for the next season.
He would be a great bachelor. So after they went on their boat ride, they talked, they danced, and then they went to the house. And his dad, that was so sweet. Like, I love that he is close with his family.
I don't know what's going on with my eye.
Is it okay?
Whew.
Oh, that was sweet. He was crying. He showed some emotion. So,
I can definitely relate to that. When I start talking about my family, especially my dad is my best friend. And, you know, us guys and our pops, we're tight. So, I get it.
It was a great date. So,
and good for him.
That clarified, of course, why she handed out the first two roses being Peter and Tyler. So, then you have that date. Now we go to Crazy Luke P.
Who is not so crazy here lately.
But I'm all about his date. I love that he's bold and outspoken about his faith. But I don't know. I just felt like something was a little bit off. I didn't feel like he had just that one-on-one connection like a typical date would have. He was always with a group or something like that, and I feel like they really needed that one-on-one time to really solidify what they were, I guess, going through and finally on a good path. Overall, I think it was a really sweet date, and I think Hannah appreciated it, but I just felt like he may have, I don't know, they may have not showed it all. I'm sure they didn't, but I just feel like they needed something a little more than that.
See, I am on the other side, and this is our first time telling each other this. But I think that this was very good for him. Yes, they didn't show it all, but they also had the group setting where people were confirming that Luke was a good person in real life. He was friends with everybody, they said, and they could have been just putting it on, but I think that was very important for Hannah B to hear. A good point. You know, whether he lives it out or not now after the show, you know, who knows? I don't know the guy, but more
overall,
power to him.
It went really well for him, I feel. Even his family, moving into the family after the, I guess, the Sunday school type setting, I feel like his family was very accommodating, very positive. His brother just was like, you know, he is the best guy I know, and I think that's awesome. So I think that date went really smoothly for them. And then the fact that he just threw it out there and said that he loved Hannah, I think that just made her, like, hands down, if she was questioning whether to choose Jed or Luke, I think that made it really hard for her to hand out that last rose.
And then we go to Jed's date, and of course Jed starts singing again, and not very well, I will say.
We don't love his talent.
We're not negative people.
We're not negative. It just feels super fake now at this point, and very, I don't know.
And his family, all they have said in this episode was that he's all about music. He wanted to do this for his career.
Yep.
And he mentioned that to his mom again, something like, you know, this is definitely how I wanted it to go, and it's working, and we're getting to this step. So, I
don't know. So his family definitely were not supportive. His mom was really weird. Like, if I was in Hannah's shoes and I was having that conversation with his mom, I would definitely feel like, okay, this is not going to work. So that whole thing to me was awful. I didn't like the way the family interacted. It was almost like, you know, they knew that this was not going to work out, and that maybe Jed actually did like Hannah, but he wasn't being for real going into it. I don't know. I just think that all was terrible. I didn't like how it played out.
You know what it felt like? It almost felt like Jed had a girlfriend going on to the episode. That's how it, I mean, it was just weird feeling.
Yeah.
And how would you feel? How would you feel to be in Hannah B's shoes right now watching this back? That's a little weird as well.
That is
and we don't know who won. We
don't do spoilers.
Don't do spoilers. So like this video for that. No spoilers here.
And subscribe to our channel if you haven't already.
That's right. So anyways, we'll keep going with that.
Now we're going to go into the final, not the final rose ceremony, but to the rose ceremony, because this is where I want to spend most of our time, because this was cringeworthy in my opinion.
We were very confused as well. We thought that we knew Luke was getting a rose, okay? Or we knew that Luke was going to the next episode because of the whole fiasco of Jesus Still Loves Me.
They gave all that away in the previews. So one, we already knew Luke was coming to
so
the
we were
fantasy suite.
Cutting it out. Is it Tyler? Is it Peter?
We thought, okay, Peter's going home. Well, she gave it.
It's just Pete.
No, his name's Peter.
Peter the pilot? Or Pete the pilot?
It's Peter.
Okay, Peter. Okay, I was right.
So she hands out the first two roses automatically to Peter and Tyler C. Great. Okay, so now we're just like, now it's going to be Jed going home. Well, as she's handing out the roses, of course, she's having like, you know, agony trying to figure out, do I hand this last rose to Jed? Do I hand it to Luke? Luke loves me now, blah, blah, blah. So.
And of course, all the guys are teaming up on Luke again.
They're all teaming up on Luke again. But this is the thing. She goes off, and I can, okay, do that. Go off and have your, you know, anxiety attack, whatever. Figure out what you're going to do. This is the part that I cannot stand. I thought, Shirley, please do not hand out 4 roses. Like, my whole thing is, I understand this process gets difficult. I can imagine dating that many men, and then you have the final 4, there is a deep connection with them. What, Tyler?
You can imagine dating that many men.
Anyway, so you get to the final 4, and she has a deep connection with all 4. But my thing is, if you're looking for one at the end, you got to start letting them off. And so by her showing like, I'm not sending anybody home, it's like, it's almost equal to the fact like, I don't want to let anybody go, and none of them are more than, you know, it's just like, it's almost like she just cannot.
And that's how Jed felt towards the end. He didn't feel like he so-called got the rose. He felt like he wasn't above Luke and Luke wasn't above him. They were just equal, which was a kick in the face to him. So
but even for Peter and
I agree.
Tyler, like, to me that'd be like, I would hope if I were one of the guys that at this point Hannah would know who she was leaning towards. Even if Hannah doesn't, as a guy, you want to feel like, okay, it's going to be me at the end. That to me was just a visual sign saying I have no idea who I'm going to choose still at this point. So I'm going to take them all again and get to know them all some more. And to me, at this point of the show, you can't do that. That's just disrespectful to the guys.
Yeah, and I feel like throughout this show, this season, it's been subpar, I will say, but it's been very predictable. First of all, because they've given out too many things in the advertisements or whatever. And second of all, at the beginning, we picked Tyler, Pete, and Jed. Mm-hmm. That was our 3. And Luke at the very first week was in there as well. So there's been no shockers. There's been no crazy drama.
Other than like Pete.
They've made the drama. And they haven't been able to make much of the drama because Hannah B hasn't given them.
And I'll say this too about
footage.
Hannah B. She's talking about how she just doesn't want to let one of those relationships go because she feels like it should go deeper. My whole thing is, at this point of the show, like they have not shared any of her like journey or any of her like opening up to the guys other than Jed the one time.
She hasn't even mentioned one time going on the beauty pageant either.
Not mentioning being in a beauty pageant, not mentioning dating anybody else, not mentioning her family, not mentioning anything. Like, it's always been the conversations about them. Like, I've never seen anything, and they may have not showed them clips, but to me, there should be more, like, every time she sits down, it's almost like, okay, let me interrogate you. Instead of like, let's have a conversation and let's get to know each other on dates. It's always like, going through the car, always asking him questions. I want to get deeper. What do you mean by that? And it's just like, there's not a natural, let's get to know each other conversation. And now she's having this dilemma.
And I feel like just putting it, and we'll wrap it up, but putting it on the viewer side, I feel like we knew Colton. Like, he liked children and he does all this stuff. We don't really even know Hannah B. Honestly. And that's kind of where I'm at with it. Like, we don't know her. She hasn't said anything about what she's passionate about or what she does. I don't even know what she actually does. So, I mean,
we know she's from, or Miss Alabama from last season.
And that's because we live in Alabama. So until next time, we will see you again next week. We have some vlogs coming out this week.
So hit the bell and be notified whenever we post a new video. And like always, thank you so much for watching and subscribe.
Like always on the video.